one way to be successful at something is find someone that accomplished what you want to accomplish and do what they did. So in today's video, what I want to do is share my story on how I got into cybersecurity. So you can take bits and pieces of my story and chart your own journey to cybersecurity success. All right, let's jump to it. My journey in cybersecurity actually started out as a network engineer. Long time ago, I was an electrician in the Air Force. And at the time, the Air Force was having a hard time keeping people in the IT career fields because they were coming in, getting the best training that they can get, getting experience, and they were getting out and getting those Silicon Valley type jobs, right? They were making money. So what the Air Force did to try to entice people to get into those career fields and stay in was they instituted a $60,000 bonus. So I had a friend who used to work with me. I was an electrician. He was a plumber, and he went and accepted the offer to go get into IT. He got that bonus. So when he told me about it, I was like, I would like $60,000. And at the time, I didn't even know what IT was, but I understood $60,000, right? So I went to the retraining office, signed up, and off I went. And I went to what they call technical training school for network technician. So that was my first step into cybersecurity, which wasn't even cybersecurity. It was networking. And I want to highlight that because I often tell people that sometimes you have to use a IT role, right, to get into cybersecurity, because sometimes you can't go directly in to cybersecurity. So, and the reason why I tell people that's because that's how I did it. I started out as a network engineer, right? So I did that for a few years. After that, got moved to the help desk, worked the help desk for a few years. Now, see, I want to kind of highlight how important the help desk was in my cybersecurity journey, right? Because one thing about the help desk, it forces you to work on your customer service and communication skills, right? And I get it, right? A lot of people, when I tell people one of the best ways to get into cybersecurity is go work at a help desk, they don't want to hear it. They not trying to hear that. But man, it opened my eyes and exposed me to so many different pillars in tech, right? Sysadmin type work. Of course, I was already doing networking. One thing I appreciated about my time at the help desk was it exposed me and gave me a lot of experience with identity and access management, aka IAM, which is a concept you definitely need to have a solid understanding of when you get into cybersecurity, right? So after working at the help desk, I went back to the network shop, and at that time, this whole 8570 program came out, which, long story short, I had to go get Sec Plus. And it's crazy how things kind of panned out. So I got my Sec Plus, and then I got assigned in Korea. When I get to Korea, they asked everyone there, hey, who has Sec Plus? I'm feeling myself, right? So I'm like, hey, I got that Sec Plus. They're like, okay, cool. You the cybersecurity guy. And I was like, whoa. I'm a network guy. I'm not cybersecurity. Like, whoa, hold up. They was like, got Sec Plus, right? Yeah, I got Sec Plus. You're the cybersecurity guy. So now at this point, I'm responsible for tracking all the cybersecurity incidents for the Air Force and all of South Korea. No pressure, right? No pressure. So this was kind of how I accidentally got into cybersecurity. So did my time in Korea, came back to the US. Things were kind of all over the place with all the tech and cyber career fields at this time in the Air Force. So, which it benefited me because I bounced around as a system administrator. I did vulnerability management. I got a chance to work with encryption technology. I used to generate keys at one point. And then finally, I ended up as what they call an information system security manager. And an information system security manager is the equivalent of an ISSO, information system security officer, or sometimes even the CISO, a CISO, right? Chief Information Security Officer. So in this role, it was really governance based, right? So I got real savvy with cybersecurity governance, which I'll make some videos to break that down and talk about the different opportunities with that, right? ended my career doing governance, got out the military. I ran a cybersecurity training school, IT career school. We helped a bunch of people get certifications to help them progress in their careers. And then with the IT career school, we ran an entry-level IT program to help people get the skills they needed to start entry-level IT jobs, to help them get their foot in the door on their path to cybersecurity careers, right? Did that for a few years. I took over that company, and then I helped merge that company with the company I'm with right now, which is a government contracting company. And then I actually had the opportunity to be a tech recruiter for a little while, right? So I went out there and recruited a bunch of techies and helped them get jobs. And then an opportunity came up for me to step in to an information system security management role, which is what I'm doing right now. And the role that I'm doing now, I'm doing about 80% governance, and then probably the other 20% is threat assessment, threat analysis, threat hunting, right? And that's how I'm supporting the customers. So I'm back in the industry, and through my journey, right, I want you to just hold on to the fact that I didn't start out in cybersecurity. I started out in networking. I was a network technician, worked at help desk, system administrator, vulnerability management, and then I became an information system security manager, ISSM. Then I got out, did some IT training for other people, right? Helped other people start their careers. Then I was a tech recruiter. Now I'm back working in the industry. I have all these different perspectives, right, on how to help people get in. And I just want you to take my story and say, okay, look, he did all these different things, and this is how he got into his domain in cybersecurity. And you can do the same thing, right? So I know some people are like, yeah, but you were in the military, you had an advantage. Maybe. But the theory that I just shared, that, hey, sometimes you have to start out in an IT role and transition over to cybersecurity, I proved that theory works when I was running that IT training school, right? I helped a bunch of people get into non-cybersecurity roles, but then they were able to leverage an entry-level IT role and eventually progress and transition over to cybersecurity. And I believe that's a very realistic way to get into cybersecurity and be successful at it. And I know because that's what I did, right? I just wanted to share my story because I know I put some content out there, and some people are like, well, what makes you the authority in how to be successful in cybersecurity? Well, I just shared my journey, and now you can kind of get to know who I am a little bit and have a baseline on how you can chart your own path to cybersecurity success, right? So hopefully this helps you. If you're someone who's trying to get into the cybersecurity game and you're like, man, this thing just isn't working out for me, use my story as an example of, hey, you might just have to get very creative and bounce around the way I did to eventually work your way into your dream cybersecurity job, right? So hopefully this helps you. If this is your first time checking in with me, I am Tech Von Go. I help people get into tech and cybersecurity jobs. So stay tapped in for more tips and tricks on how to be successful in cybersecurity, and I'll check back in with you later.